Hello, Alex Sanfilippo here, and I am so excited to talk to you about PodScore. It's a personality test for podcasters, and I'll get into more of that in a minute because it goes way beyond just that. But first, I want to talk about why we decided to create this. Something I've been realizing in the mind of the creator is that we no longer want information. We don't want 10 ways to do this. We don't want 5 different resources for that. We don't want all the extra work that we have to do because podcasting is a lot of work on its own without people telling us, well, here's 30 ways to do what you're trying to do. No. What we want instead of information is transformation. What we want instead of information is transformation. And I recently posted this on social media, and I think it's an insightful thing if I can say about something I said myself. But the information age is behind us. We fully stepped into the transformation age. And what that means to me is if I'm a podcaster and I am at step Y and I want to get to Z, I don't want if I'm a X, if I'm at X and I want to get to Z, let me remember the alphabet here, right? And I'm struggling, like, Y is the struggle. I don't want Y to be 10 ways to do X. I want it from someone I trust to say, do this exact step exactly like this, and you'll go from X to Z. That's what all of us want at this point, and people are not really understanding that. We're still just passing out the resource, and resource at this point is a dime a dozen. And I really think that AI has kind of shifted this because we're now looking for the answer, not just the options, right? And so we decided to build PodScore because of this very thing. There's no company in podcasting that can help give one-on-one instruction to a podcaster. That's like unrealistic, right? First off, that would cost an unbelievable amount of money to maintain, unless you just have unlimited dollars coming in from some other way and you just want to do a good service. That'd be very hard to do. So in my head, I'm like, there's got to be a way to do this. And that is what made us decide to build PodScore. So PodScore, going into it now, first and foremost, it is a personality test that will tell you which of the 12 personality types of podcasters you can be. So there are 12 different personality types in podcasting. This is all data driven. So I actually interviewed 1,600 podcasters, which I'll admit is too many, but I interviewed 1,600 podcasters. Some failed, some succeeded, some were somewhere in the middle, right? When I say failed, they stopped their podcast. Some are now have influence and money coming in from it, but they started off with nothing. And then there's some that are in the middle of it. And I won't get into the exact numbers. I'll share that in a post somewhere, I'm sure. But the point is, I was able to determine based off of all the data points of what caused failure, what caused success, to determine the 12 different personality types of podcasters. And so we took that data and we put it into a quiz. That's the fun part. There's 2 more things this quiz gets you, and that's why I say PodScore is so valuable, because it goes beyond just a fun thing to be like, cool, I'm the automated ace, right? Like I've got my automations and my team and workflows set up. It goes beyond just that. It turns into also giving you, based off how you answer the quiz, the exact percentage chance of you making it as a podcaster. The exact percentage chance. And we found it to be crazy accurate. We're always going to work to improve it more and more. But on the first time doing it, it was over 99% accurate. I was like, well, I have a lot of room for improvement here. But basically, based off of you answer it and based off of prior podcasters' experience, it can tell you if you're doing the things that will cause you to succeed or fail. That's pretty cool, right? But it's not enough. It's got to offer transformation. That's where the third piece comes in. Based off how you answer it, based where you're weakest, it's able to give you the exact resource, what you have to do. Nothing should take longer than 20 minutes to do, to basically go from, again, where you're struggling to how you can spin that to cause you to succeed. That right there is hands-on transformation that we can offer to every single podcaster through PodScore. And yes, I built it, so I say this as humbly as I can. I believe this is the single greatest resource that will ever happen to the podcasting industry. My dream with this, my goal with this, is to help end Podfade. Here's the thing, nothing costs any money in this. I don't have any product that's tied to it. There's no like upsell at the end. There's no premium course I'm going to try to sell. As a matter of fact, I give access to my multiple $1,000 course, just everything. I give it all, right? Because I really want to help independent podcasters be enabled to serve the world, to make it a better place. Because I believe from a media standpoint, podcasting is the number one way the world is being served and transformed right now. So I want to be able to make that possible so people's lives that are hearing the episodes can be transformed. Nothing hurts me more than to see a podcaster has a passion, a purpose, and a desire to serve somebody stop because they feel overwhelmed because they can't do it. I want to ensure that this stops as much as we can. So going public with my goal, because I believe in that, my goal is to help 8,000 podcasters go through PodScore and make those improvements by June 15th, 2025. 8,000 is the goal. Can't do that without a lot of people helping. Let's put it that way. I do not have that level of influence at all. But I believe, once again, this is the solution that the industry needs to help end Podfade, which simply means the people that stop prematurely or just quit along the way, right? Like they just don't be able to, they're not able to make it because they're missing the transformation they need. And that's what this is all about. So I encourage you, if you haven't taken the PodScore quiz, just go to podscore.io. It's there. Everything is free. Please use it. Please go through it and get out there so you can better impact and influence the world. Because I guess, again, ultimately what I want to say is that it's going to really change this thing, right? It's how we make the world a better place, happening one listener at a time. So thank you for checking this out. I really appreciate you and hope you will check out PodScore.